This might be unpopular to admit, given so much abuse and betrayal that often go on with people who get into relationships with folks with borderline personality disorder. But you have to ask yourself, why do exes of borderlines do so much research? Why do they care so much? And is it because it was a bad or boring relationship? And my answer to that is no. It was quite a good time, when the relationship was on. And so, it these relationships might end badly, and or you might be stuck in these cycling sessions that go on. The approach avoidance repetition compulsion. There's another YouTuber, AJ Mahari, who has the BPD Breakup channel, and she's absolutely correct when she describes what goes on in cycling, and that nothing changes and you have the same results every time. I lived it, but I'm not here to bash. I'm here to talk about how good it was when the relationship was on. I know I come off as robotic in these in these videos, but that's more of a that's more of a thing for me. It's just kind of odd to talk into a phone, but I'm a really affectionate person and an engaging person in terms of conversation. I love being close to someone, sitting close to them, cuddling, kissing, rubbing, and yes, even close, passionate, communicative sex. My borderline partner, the ex, reciprocated all of this closeness very well. It felt like the greatest love affair in the history of love affairs, really, when times were really good. Um, Hours, sometimes close to 10 hours, we would be physically intertwined as people, just enjoying ourselves. So, but it was more than the physicality, though. We enjoyed you know lots of different television shows together. We would make a night of those. We would share lots of music, and so it on the from the outside it looked like a really good close relationship. And the only analogy I have for it really is, it's much like your first love. Now, I've been in 5 or 6 close relationships, intimate relationships in my life. But you always remembered your first. The first is where you got those butterflies. The first was when it was all new. And my relationship, the last one with somebody who had borderline personality disorder, it felt like the first. It was like as powerful as that first love, which is a very good romantic fantasy. Um, so next subject. But in the end, the manner in which each cycle ended that I went through 5. There would be some ghosting, and there would be some kind of nasty words, and you realize that they really didn't attach. But boy, does it feel real when it's on, and it feels really good. Um, so we aren't together anymore. I've been no contact now for 6 months, and uh, but I had not been in a relationship for many years before I got into this last one, with somebody with BPD. I was happy being alone. I have a very fulfilling life, outside of relationships, and I'm kind of a happy, stable person day to day. Um, but I'm so thankful that I'm so thankful that, that this passion was reawakened in me at, kind of like a later stage in my life. I'm in my mid 40s, and I thought I'd never experience that again. And so, it's kind of fun to reflect back on now. I survived the nightmare, and there were many parts of it that were nightmares. I haven't said much about those yet. But I look back on things fondly, for the most part. And in the end, if you're going to be healthy about it and you know you can't be with them anymore, I feel like this perspective is really the best option.